Well, hi everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Kleneski here on this Wednesday morning, the day before the day. Here is Thanksgiving Eve. It is early in the morning here, but we're going to start off with quite a bit of sunshine. There are some lingering clouds over northeastern areas, and in fact, even O'Neill's under those clouds this morning. Basically, they go from O'Neill to about Seward and then northeastward this morning. A lot of us are waking up to sunshine. We've already got some thin clouds building in out west, and we'll see some increase in clouds from the west as the day wears on. The good news is wind's not as strong today. They are a little bit breezy right in here, eastern and northeastern areas, but they are lighter for most of us today, which is good news here. So there's the increase in clouds as it becomes mostly cloudy or mainly cloudy later today. Now, eastern Nebraska will still see some sunshine though, but the rest of us will see increasing cloud cover, might even sneak in some sprinkles or light rain, and maybe some flurries or light snow in the southern panhandle. This should not be a big issue, though, for today. This evening, those will diminish. Skies clear out. This will take us into a sunnier day on Thursday. Thanksgiving, sunnier, not much wind. A pretty decent day, despite it not being overly warm on Thursday. It will be a cool day still, if not chilly, but at least the winds will be light and there will be abundant sunshine out there. Some clouds late in the day out west. We'll see some increasing cloud cover as we look towards Friday. And a little snow begins to develop in north central Nebraska. In fact, the best chance of any snow is going to be here in far northern and northeastern areas right in here early Saturday. So the good news is the models have really backed off on snow here. So I'm not too concerned about it for places like Lincoln. It's mostly going to be our far northeastern communities that see a little bit of snow, and that will actually lift to the northeast by the afternoon, so where it becomes a bigger deal. So for most of us, it's going to be fairly cloudy, a little more sun in the west. Also note the winds out of the southeast. Kind of brisk. So we're talking wind gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it is going to be brisk. It's going to make it feel colder. Not exactly a pleasant day in Lincoln for the Husker game between the Nebraska and Iowa there. That's an 11 a.m. kickoff. Probably looking at mid-30s, and the wind chill will be colder and a lot of clouds around. So just kind of a cool, raw, blustery day out there in Memorial Stadium where the winds will probably swirl because of that wind. If they always swirl in Memorial Stadium, they almost do on a calm day even. But anyway, let's look at temperatures for today here, and then we'll get to that weekend forecast as there is a lot to discuss for this upcoming weekend. High temperatures for today, mid to upper 30s to the north, low to mid 40s farther to the south. A closer look at the area here, we'll start you up north where we are going to be looking at those mid and upper 30s. No snow in Ord. I don't know why. Sometimes some of these icons just like to have a mind of their own. I don't know why. Farther south here, this is probably where the warmest air is going to be today, is right in here. Mid 40s, low 40s, closer to I-80. Starting off with some sunshine and then increasing cloud cover as the day wears on. East, sunshine, some increasing clouds later today. I think we see a good amount of sun today. I do not know why, but for some reason, some of my eastern Nebraska communities are showing nighttime icons again. Sometimes they get a mind of their own. I don't know why, and I can't control it, unfortunately, but they do that. Northeastern areas, some early clouds giving way to sunshine, and then some clouds late in the day here towards O'Neill. And again, it's not going to be nighttime here. Now, I will mention also it's going to be quite breezy still today in northeastern areas. Everybody else, the winds will be much lighter, but still pretty breezy, if not a little windy in northeast Nebraska. All right, on to tonight's forecast as we dip back into the teens and lower 20s for lows. It's going to be a cold one again. Tomorrow, Thursday, Thanksgiving, again, a little chill still, but no other major weather issues. Plenty of sun for most of us, not a lot of wind out there. An okay Thanksgiving on the way. Thanksgiving night into Friday, a little bit milder, not as cold, still in the upper teens and low to mid 20s for lows. I don't know how many people do shopping still early on Black Friday morning, but if you are going to be out and about early in the morning, that's kind of the temperatures we'll be looking at, so not terrible. Looking at Friday itself, with the thicker cloud cover, it's going to be pretty chilly here. Highs in the 30s, some wind to make it feel colder, not a real pleasant day. Better with more sunshine to the west, where there'll be 40s, even some 50s in the panhandle. That's the place to be. Kimball, almost 60 degrees on Friday. Friday night into Saturday morning, back into the teens and 20s, and we've got a cold front and a storm system that's going to move through. We're going to be spending a lot of time talking about that. But cooler air is going to work its way in, so it's going to be a chilly day on Saturday. It's going to be windy, and of course, we've got the wintry weather to talk about. So before we get into the 7-day forecast, let's take a look at some of the long-range models. I want to show you what we'll be looking at heading towards the weekend. All right, so again, pretty inactive the next few days. We've got that small chance of moisture in southwest Nebraska today, and then northeast Nebraska on Friday. Right there. But here comes that system. And again, there may be a little rain initially, and this is after midnight, Friday night into Saturday morning, a little rain initially, but then changing to snow. Impacts expected to be greater the farther east you go. And then Saturday afternoon begins to clear out, and it should clear out of here by Saturday early evening. And it moves on out. I will mention, look at the winds too. Winds are going to be blowing. We're probably seeing some gusts over 40 miles per hour. So impacts look to be greater in eastern Nebraska than they will in western Nebraska. That clears out. Then we look forward to our next system late Sunday night into Monday. This one looks to affect southern areas more than northern areas. That will then clear out. Tuesday looks quiet. Maybe another system to talk about for the middle of next week. So I wouldn't say any major systems, but there could still be some impacts. Let's look at the GFS model real quick here. And again, there's the minor precipitation today in southwest Nebraska. I don't think it amounts to much. Friday's our next chance in northeast Nebraska. And there it is right there, right on the edge of the state. Then we look ahead to Friday night. Here's midnight. Rain maybe initially, changing to snow pretty quickly though. And look at the impacts, greater in eastern Nebraska, lower impact to the west. There'll be some wind out of the northwest, those strong winds blowing that snow around. And then the snow clears out late Saturday into Saturday night. Quiet on Sunday. Then we look to Monday. Right now the GFS is a little farther south with the Monday, late Sunday night into Monday system than the European is. So right now I'm just going with a slight chance of moisture on Monday. Beyond that, a couple other systems could still be on our doorstep to bring some more chances of moisture down the road, but that's still a little up in the air this far out. All right, so let's get back to that 7-day forecast here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go back into I'm going to my editor mode here for my snowfall accumulations here. So here's my editor mode. My camera's going to disappear, so you're not going to see me talking, but you'll still hear me. And let's look ahead to, this is the European forecast model first. So again, notice the greater impacts. I'm going to back this up to just Saturday only. So again, this isn't a major snowstorm, but we've got a couple of things going against us. We've got wind. It's the first snow of the season, and a lot of people will be out and about traveling, shopping, or just traveling, heading out, either heading away from us or coming back to us over the weekend. So this is why there still are some concerns, even if it's not a major snow. Some light snow and wind is going to still cause some problems. This looks like a much bigger deal to our east. And then again, maybe we get it on, and the European was more aggressive with some more snow as we headed towards Monday morning, this time in southern areas. All right, I'm going to back it up. Now we're going to jump in and look at the GFS model. So changing things up here. Looking ahead to Friday, there's the northeast there. And then here it comes late Friday night into Saturday. And again, favors eastern Nebraska with 1 to 3 or so inches of snow. Western areas, not as much of an impact, but there will be wind, and so blowing snow even an inch or two could be a bit of a problem. We'll see if more comes as we get towards Monday. Again, the GFS was favoring areas farther south. One final graphic I'll show you, one final model I'll show you, is the GFS ensemble model, which is kind of a combination of the recent forecast models. Usually they tend to trend a little lower. But again, this gives you a good idea as we look towards Saturday here, Friday night to Saturday, eastern and northeastern areas. The bigger impacts look to be off to our east of the Missouri River. But again, some impacts in eastern Nebraska, fewer impacts to the west. Maybe another system to talk about as we jump ahead to Monday, which we'll get into that as we get closer to this weekend here. So, all right, I'm going to come back on screen here. Let's go back to the 7-day forecast now, and we'll wrap things up there. Again, not a lot of active weather the next few days. Tomorrow's looking okay. A little more wind on Friday with some clouds. Then here comes that moisture. A little rain initially changing to snow early Saturday morning. Snow on Saturday morning, and then a little bit lighter snow Saturday afternoon. We have gone with a weather alert day just because of all of the things I've already talked about. Even if it's not a major snow, still could be some impacts. Another round of snow possible Monday. Temperatures might start to recover as we get into next week. And a quick look at the 7-day forecast for North Platte here, and I am running low on time, so I apologize for this. I don't have much time to talk about North Platte, but I have not included you in a weather alert day for Saturday because of the lower impact of snow expected, and then another minor chance of snow as we look ahead to Monday. I want to thank you all for watching here on this Wednesday. I'll be gone on Thursday. I'll be back with you Friday morning with all the latest. Take care, and God bless. Bye.